Hey, people of Earthlings, people, how are you doing today? This is episode 2 of the Creator Case Study with my buddy Al, otherwise known as the Cool Loser, and there is just a ridiculous amount of useful information in this one, so I'm not going to talk anymore. Let's get into it. So today I'm sitting down with Al, otherwise known as the Cool Loser. He's been uploading tech videos to his YouTube channel for about 7 years now. He just passed 200,000 subscribers. He makes reviews of tech ranging from computers to lighting rigs. He's got top 10 app videos and pretty much everything else tech related in between. So if you're interested in tech, you definitely need to check out his channel. But without further ado, let's get right into it. And Al, thank you for being here. How you doing, man?
Good. I'm doing good. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to collaborate with you and get interviewed. Let's get it on.
So let's actually jump to the very beginning and let's start with, why did you start your channel? Did you have a specific area you wanted to focus on, or did you have a purpose? Did you have any goals? Let's just go ahead and start there.
Well, when I first started, I basically already been doing this kind of thing without YouTube. So all my friends who were local here would also be like, hey, how do you do that on your phone? So they'd always ask me, and then their friends would see how they're doing that, and they'd kept saying, oh, my buddy would do this. So I get a lot of people questioning me, asking me, how do you do this, that, and that? And I got like to the point where I was tired of saying the same thing over and over and over, where I just said, you know what, I should just do a YouTube video for me to send them to, and then they can watch it. I don't have to waste my time per se in that sense.
So it sounds like you really did it to make your life easier and fulfill a need that you had, because your friends kept asking you the same question and you just wanted to give them that information as quickly and easily as possible. So I think that's a good way for the majority of people online to start a channel, or a good reason, I should say, for people to start a channel. You're not necessarily starting it to get big. It sounds like you're starting it to fulfill a need that you personally have, or answer a question that somebody has.
Yes, I just strictly did it to help people. I didn't even know you can get paid. I did not know that was even a possibility. That was like 7 years ago. I was doing it just to be helpful in that sense. That's all I started as.
Well, that is absolutely awesome. And I guess let's just go ahead and jump a little bit forward. So you just surpassed 200,000 subscribers. So first off, congratulations. That is nothing to sneeze at, man. That is amazing.
I'm still a small time if you really think about it. My views don't match up to the subscribers, but it's pretty cool seeing the milestone of 100,000, 200,000, next 300,000. But I'm still getting pretty good constant subscribers, and the views don't really match, but I'm still having fun doing it regardless of the views.
So with that milestone being hit, what do you think you've done that really sets you apart from other tech YouTubers that has led to that success? Is there anything that you've done differently?
When I started at the time, no one was doing top 10 apps for Android at all. Like, no one was really doing that. If there was, maybe someone was reviewing one app, but I started doing as like a recommending and reviewing apps that I had on my phone already, because people would ask me, you know, what's on your phone? And I did one. And then all of a sudden that video blew up, and it started getting me like, oh, okay, people really like this type of video. And I kept going with it, and I just kept getting so many views off of it. People kept seeing more and more and more. So when people would search what are the best apps for Android, I'd be basically the only one coming up because I was the only one doing it.
So you actually answered the next question I had, which was, why do you think that was so successful? But it sounds like you were the first to the market. That was, I don't know if that was intentional. It sounds like it was by accident. And that's kind of what happened for me as well. So it's interesting meeting somebody else and talking to somebody else who kind of fell into the success without intentionally trying to track it down. So when you started to see success with these top 10 app videos, is there anything that you did in particular to continue the growth other than continuing to make those videos? Did you make any plans to branch out from that and try to bring in more of an audience? Or did you just think, I'm going to go ahead and continue to make these while peppering in a bunch of different content that I also want to make?
I think the first 4 years of doing YouTube, I only did app reviews and games. It was all related with one phone and apps and games. I really wasn't doing tech yet. but I wanted to do this channel related with tech. I just got into the Android mode. That growth, when I was doing the top 10 apps, I would say, hey, leave me your questions of what kind of apps you would like to see, so people can be like, okay, I'm looking for a school app or driving app, something that I could actually have them tell me what to search for rather than me saying this is what I think you should have. And then I would also bring in suggestions, like if you want me to do a type of dare, whoever gets the most likes, I'll go do them. So I started doing little behind the end videos where the previous video, if someone voted to me to go into the Apple iPhone store and yell iPhone sucks, and that got the most like thumbs up, and I actually went to go do it. So I was doing some kind of like dares with getting people to make me do things so they can be like, oh, he's going to do something crazy other than just doing apps and games, so they get something more to watch and see. So I'm trying to bring in some entertainment, because behind the scenes of my tech channel, I try to be not professional, but professional, like mature and like not super silly. But behind my tech channel, I'm like the weirdest, silliest person that people are going to be, that's the cool loser. No wonder he's a loser. So they're just going to, it's a huge story behind that. But I tried not to do a lot of personality on my channel, but I've been kind of incorporating it slowly, feeding them with it. So I guess they're seeing that and they like that about me.
So you keep taking my follow-up question. So the next question I had was going to be, how do you go about introducing new series or new content without alienating your existing audience? But it sounds like you're just introducing new series while maintaining the personality that you've developed on your channel, and that at least gives them something to grasp onto while you're switching topics or areas of focus.
I've failed on a lot of series that I've tried. I don't want to give up on them, but I don't really know if I failed. I just kind of like feel like I should have been bigger, and then I kind of feel like, I don't really want to continue it. But it never was like a bad series, and I just have been like, oh, it's going to be too much work. It's just too much thing. They're not going to like it. But I really don't ask, in a sense where I don't get a lot of feedback of saying, no, we don't like it. I just feel like they won't like it, so then I just kill it off.
Is that after you've launched at least one episode and then you just, okay.
Yeah. I wanted to do like the tech review rooms that I wanted to do. That one actually did pretty good. And I had some really good plans because I can, you were on it. You're
Yeah, I was on that. So by the way, thank you for having me. That was a lot of fun to make that a little clip for you.
Yeah, that was like our first video collab, right? I think
that was the first time we worked together. We've been working behind the scenes for maybe 2 years to actually get more stuff done together.
Mm-hmm. So it's like when I was trying to bring that, it was fun. It's not a lot of work for me because I get to just get you guys to send me stuff and I just work it into one video. It's not the time. It's just more like the research or the people that waiting for people kind of makes everything harder to put out on a schedule or get the sequence.
Yeah, that's something that I've noticed too. Whenever you introduce more than one person into a project, it gets exponentially more difficult with each additional person. So that's why I kind of landed on this idea. I think I'm able to get a lot of useful information to my audience, and also I get to talk to an awesome creator, and also the creator that I'm talking to doesn't have to spend a week or 5 hours or even 1 extra hour out of their day preparing a video for somebody else's channel. So let's actually go ahead and switch gears to a little bit of YouTube creator mental well-being, which is a big issue on YouTube right now. So the first place I want to start here is just ask you, what kind of video release schedule do you have?
Right now, at this moment, I'm pretty random. I like to have the weekends off now. I used to just do a video whenever I had time, but I like to do one on Monday, every other day, basically. I try to do now 3 to 4 videos a week. I did used to have a schedule of like every Mondays and Thursdays, and then I try to switch into Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I'm doing more than just app reviews, and app reviews take the longest videos to do because I have to look for them, play with them, rearrange them, learn them, and then have to record it, and then I have to transfer the files, and you know how it goes from doing everything. So it's the longest process video series that I do that can take me from 3 hours to make one video to 6 hours just to make that video happen for everybody to see. So I started getting a little bit like just burned out doing that. And I was like, okay, I want to do them less, but I still want to give you more. But at the same time, I'm also getting less apps and games to recommend because I've done over close to 5,000 apps. So it's like, how do you get them more different or offer something new, you know?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. 5,000 apps is an insane number to review. So since we've known each other, I think it's been about 2 years, I've seen you take a couple of hiatuses from uploading videos to your YouTube channel. Have you noticed when you take those breaks that it has any negative sort of impact on your subscriber growth, on your views, or any other unintentional negative impact on your channel?
Surprisingly, no. 2017, late 2017 was the first year that I started seeing a huge incline in my revenue, subscribers, and views. I used to, when I first started, get around, because I checked on Social Blade. I thought I was the only one who knew about Social Blade, and I was like, whoa, cool. I didn't want to tell anybody about it, but I was like, that's so, not everybody knows about it now. But when I was looking at Social Blade, I was looking at my stats, and it showed that I was getting like 50 to 80,000 views a day. And that was like 4 years ago. Today, I'm making half that, but I'm making more revenue than I was back then. So I don't know how or why or what kind of bracket they moved me up to making a little bit better, but I'm actually doing a lot better with doing less videos. I was doing more videos, more work back then, and I'm doing less videos now, and I'm making more than before.
I think that may come down to a lot of channels got demonetized, so there's less videos that are available to bid on for advertisers. So that could drive the bid rate up higher. So you're getting a higher CPM, or maybe it's just that advertisers finally are starting to understand the value that online video marketing actually offers to them, because you don't just get your ad in front of eyes, you're also getting actual demographics. You actually know exactly how many people saw that. So it could be a bunch of different things, but that's awesome, because a myth that everybody knows on YouTube is if you don't upload consistently, or if you take a break, YouTube's going to ding you. They're not going to start recommending your videos anymore, and it's going to hurt your channel. So that's fascinating to hear that it hasn't had a negative impact on your career.
It can only get better, but it doesn't do any negative on me so far. The only negative I can say is that my subscribers are like, where the hell are you at? Because they like seeing, and they actually leave comments in older videos, where you've been, CooLoser, why aren't you uploading? Which feels really good, because they're actually interested. They want to see more. I don't know exactly the type of videos that they want to see, but I'm just pushing out for somebody who might want it. I can't say that every subscriber that I have wants to see everything I'm posting, but someone in there has to. And there's also new people that I can drive in. So everything I post is a win-win-win, but there's also negatives, because I might be reviewing an Apple product that might, like, maybe 90% of my viewers are Android guys. So if I do an Apple product, they're going to be like, why are you doing this? It's not your channel. So it kind of negatives. In a way, people have actually said, I'm unsubscribing because you like Apple. And I'm like, oh, God, those days are over. The Apple iPhone or Android iPhone battles have been over for me for like almost the last 2 years. And I want the best of both worlds, and I need to grow as a channel, and I can't grow just from one platform. I can, but I want to grow and expand.
So let's go ahead, and I got a few more questions for you. We'll start to wrap it up. We'll start by asking the question that I ask everybody that I interview here, and that would be, if you had a new YouTube creator sitting in front of you, I guess in this case, let's say it's a brand new tech YouTuber, and you could only give them one piece of advice, what would that be?
One piece? I have so many, like maybe 4, I want to say. But
we could start with 1 and then expand to 4.
One piece of advice would be collaborating. It really is important to get YouTube friends, because I was so like, I'm going to do this on my own. I don't want to say, or people know that I'm making it this far because I had someone else helping me. I say don't feel that way, don't think that way, because you're only helping each other, and there no one's gonna really steal your like not your content, but your subscribers. They just become a bigger community, like bigger YouTubers out there who collab, like the bigger tech YouTubers out there. They all like super entwined with each other, and they feed off of each other's subscribers and friends, and they expand. I didn't get to do that, and the reason why I'm saying that is because I lost out on a lot of collaborations because there were smaller channels, and I looked at, well, I have 60,000 subscribers, you only have 5. What do you have to offer me? And I looked at, like, they're just going to leech off of me. So I said no to them. I literally denied them all until one guy, I hit 100,000, and the guy had like 60,000 subscribers, and he wanted to collab and be partners and friends. And I said, no, you're a smaller channel. That's how I thought. Comes to 6 months later, I get to like 130 subscribers, and he's at 200,000 subscribers.
Really?
Surpassed me, grew bigger. He's huge now. Right now, I think I looked at him like a week ago. He's at 345,000 subscribers.
So when it comes to actually collaborating with these people, do you have any advice about contacting somebody to collaborate or finding people to collaborate? How do you personally go about doing that? Because I've struggled with that, and I know a lot of other YouTubers struggle with reaching out and finding people to work with.
It's hit or miss. People have tried with me, and I've denied them, but now it's like, you know what? I don't really care. I'm at the point where if I help you, it's going to help me. You get to grow. If you grow, if somehow by you partnering up with me makes you a better channel or grow bigger and faster, and we stay friends, why would I not be able to be helped with this guy growing? Like if we work together and he grew, obviously he's going to be happy. I mean, it depends on these guys are like, oh, I don't need you anymore. See ya. People can, go that route too. But it's a gamble. It's totally a toss up of who you can reach. I've never personally said, hey, let's collab. People come to me because they see me as a bigger channel. I'm okay with that now. If people want to collab, the way I can say, yes, I can help you is if I want to promote people's channels, like I was doing with yours with the room tour, the studio tour. That was my way of saying, I can help this channel grow because of what they have, and they get promoted, and I can be friends with them, and we can stay in touch. That was part of the reason why I wanted to do that, because people can get helped from their channel. So if you have a channel and you're doing content, not just because you want to just start right now, you're saying, hey, I got 1 subscriber, can we be collaborating? That's not how it's going to work. You have to work your way, be consistent, have a little, how do I say it? You have to have something going. You can't just try to go and then hope to get help. You have to have been already doing it to get helped in that sense. I don't know if I'm making sense.
So to me, it sounds like the advice there is you can't just reach out to everybody if you don't have anything to offer. If you want to actually get collaborations and have them actually be successful and work for you, you need to contact somebody, and don't just say, hey, I want to collaborate with you because it'll give me subscribers. You need to contact somebody and say, let's go ahead and collaborate because I can offer your subscribers this information and this value. It needs to be a mutually beneficial collaboration rather than just help me out. I'm small. I need more subscribers.
Yeah. That's how it's not going to work. You definitely want to have something going on. If you're going to start as a channel, figure it out. Keep playing with it. See what works. I've seen people with like 100 subscribers making videos way better than I feel that I could ever do. And I'm like, holy crap, these guys should be way bigger than they are, but they just started, and obviously they don't have a lot of traction or traffic going on, but they just started. So I can't say, yes, I'm going to jump onto him because he's going to be a big channel. It's more like, let him figure it out. If he wants to do it, keep doing it. I struggled. You struggled. Everyone struggled to get to where they're at. No one gave me that helping hand to say, this is how you do it. But if I had that help in the beginning of doing my YouTube channel, if someone told me this is what I need to do, I would have loved that information. And that's why it's a really good, important question that you actually asked me right now about collaboration. I mean, I told you about that, but that's something that I definitely recommend people doing, is finding your way to be friends with people online, because if they grow, you guys stay friends, you guys can grow together. And I missed that opportunity. I really did.
So earlier you mentioned you had maybe 4 pieces of advice. Do you want to dive into a couple other pieces?
Yes, if you want to start a YouTube channel, you got to figure out what is it going to be. If how I want to make this channel, since it's my biggest channel, I get the biggest audience. I have everybody here. I wanted to start bringing more of me into the channel, right? My personality, more of what I do, not just tech. But the problem is I made a staple of this is all I do. So if I start offering something totally different, people are going to be like, what the F is this, right? So it's hard. If you're going to start your channel, make sure you explain what you'll do in the channel, or keep offering a lot of different things so people can see that you're doing different things, right? For me, I'm like, if I want to just go out and review food, people are going to be like, this is not tech. I subscribe because I want to see tech, so you can't do food. If you do a YouTube channel, make sure you know what you're going to put in there, because now I have to separate my channels. I mean, I did separate it, but I have to separate and keep them separate to do my entertainment stuff on my other channel, and then my tech stuff here, and then my other channel. So it's like, I wish I could have them all into one, and I'm hoping to try to bring everything into one someday. Like PewDiePie, he was all gamer. And look at him now. He's tried so many different changes in his channel, and people still watch him. I enjoy watching him. I mean, I used to not like him when he did game reviews, but now, like the last 2 years, I think he's been super awesome with the new content. The second thing I want to say is the name. I chose CooLoserTech because as I was 16 years old, I'm 32 next month. So 16 years old is when I stapled myself and I labeled myself as the cool loser. I always said cool loser because my little sister and older sister and her friends would always say I'm a loser. I'm like, I'm not a loser, I'm cool. So I've always would joke around, say I'm a cool loser. Out of all the losers, I have to be the coolest one. Like, there has to be the coolest loser in the losers, right? I'm that guy. So that's why I named myself that. And that was my first channel, which was like 10 years or 11 years ago. I named it The Cool Loser. And that is running right now. That's where I have my music and entertainment and dumb stuff that I'll do. CooLoserTech was like a ripoff, not really ripoff, but just the name with tech next to it because I was going to do my tech stuff. So that's where I concentrated doing on, because it worked. And I was doing that already without video, but I posted it and it just worked, and I went off of that. I mean, I don't hate my label name, CooLoserTech, but right now, after years, like third or fourth year, I started thinking about, should I change my name to something else? Because once you pick your name and you got so many subscribers, you're locked into that URL forever. And then you have to stick with it. So if I could have done something different with the name, I probably would have. But I'm stuck with CooLoserTech. You can change it on YouTube, but the URL will always be, you know, that CooLoserTech line. But I would have, if I knew that this was going to be anything, I would have been a little bit smarter, or not smarter, but changed the name into something that is not sounding like Cool Loser in that sense.
So do you think that when somebody's coming up with a name for their channel, that they should be broader with the naming scheme? So mine is Podcastage. That kind of limits me to what I'm able to talk about. Do you think naming it YouTubeage, because that covers a lot more stuff, do you think that would have been a better name, or do you think more niche down names are better?
It's hard. It's like I want to say broader, but if it's niche, it's like people know what they're gonna go in for. So yeah, it's kind of hard to be like, oh, this is what it sounds like it's gonna be, and then you're doing something else, and it could be like, never mind. Because if it's like more vague, it's like, oh, it could be anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the name thing is one thing I say, lock it down and have it like, make sure that sounds good, play with it. Don't just like make it a child. I mean, do it however you want to. It could be a funny name or something that has like 24 sky blue. And I mean, there's channels like that were locked in that are named that, and it's successful. But I would say if you want to make it like more professional in that sense, you have to spend time figuring it out.
Yeah, sure. Don't settle on a name. Be very deliberate with what you're naming it, and know how that name will grow with you as your channel grows and how you as a creator grow. Because as Al said, if you make your name one thing and people are expecting that one topic area, it's very difficult to branch out. So again, another really great piece of advice there.
I want to ask you, what do you think about naming a channel after your name? Because it's obviously you and not just your persona or your content. What do you think about that?
I think that has worked really well for a lot of people. I am just a bit too paranoid to do that. But I think that's a very smart way to go about it. But you do have to consider the privacy implications and the fact that people, if you do actually use your real name, people may be able to look you up. But that does open you up to a much broader topic area that you can talk about on your channel. However, now people will have no idea what your content will be just by searching for your name, or if they just search for tech. They'll see a YouTube channel titled Bandrew Scott. They'll say, who is Bandrew Scott? Why do I care? But if they're searching for a mic review and they see Podcastage, they know exactly what they're doing. So it's a give and take thing. If you want to be broad and open, that does have its benefits, but it also has its drawbacks. If you want to really niche down your naming scheme, that also has its benefits and it also has its drawbacks. So that's something that you're going to have to deliberate about when you are naming your channel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought about it. I thought about if I was going to change my YouTube channel, I'd name it Albert Tech. Because it's like half of my name with tech next to it. So that's something that I thought about maybe changing it, because it's like, it's still kind of me and it still relates with tech and it fits in like kind of like a flow kind of. So I thought about maybe doing that. I've asked my subscribers and they said, no, leave it. They liked the way that it's weird and different. So I don't know. It's I just want to know what your take was on it, and I should have known that you're a privacy freak, so you wouldn't use your name.
So I think that was 3 pieces of advice. Did you have a 4th?
Yes, I do. It kind of ties into the naming scheme, is where if you're going to start your channel and you want to make it something, even if it's not going to be as big or you don't think that it was going to work, still do it. What you got to do is get your name right. And if you're stuck on it and you're like, this is what's going to be, it's going to be, I'm from Portland, Oregon. I don't care if you know where I'm at. So you wouldn't say it, but let's say it's going to be Portland, Oregon 503. That's your channel. Okay. Now what you want to do is get your Twitter, Portland, Oregon 503, Instagram, Snapchat, every other social media that you're going to have should be tying in with the same name as your YouTube channel, because if it's a little bit different, it's going to be harder to search for. And also, if you do become a bigger channel, I've had people impersonate, steal my name, and use my username for other logins. And I make sure if it's a new app or new thing, I'm the first one. Even if I'm not going to play it, I want to be the first one just in case. So I've had occasions where people would sign in with my username. I'm like, I never played that, or I've never used that, and someone's using my name, and I want to not have that. So if you become big and you grow, and then you wanted to have that program, now people are going to have that name, and you're not going to be able to stick to that. So it's kind of like like you could have, and now someone's going to get all your attention, and they can impersonate or pretend, or they benefit off of it instead of you. So that you got to get all your names together, get them all grouped, put them on a poop, get your group in a poop, put your poop in a group. I don't know.
So let me go ahead and summarize, just in case anybody decided to jump in at the very end. The pieces of advice were: collaborate and offer value to the people you're collaborating with. Diversify your content so people can understand what you're doing if you want to change topic areas. Be very deliberate with the naming of your channel, because you will be stuck with it, and it will also be a way to inform potential new viewers what you're going to be covering. And then get all your handles across social media platforms, get your domain if you can, because that will make your channel and your content and your, I hate saying this, your brand easier to find. So I think all of those are incredible pieces of advice. And I got 2 last bonus questions for you. The first one is, since you are a tech YouTuber, you've reviewed a whole bunch of stuff. I'm sure a lot of it may stink. I've reviewed a lot of stuff that I don't use that often. What is one piece of tech that you've reviewed that you still use to this day?
Other than the obvious phones, I'm not gonna go to that route because everyone would be like, my phone, my phone. Yeah, everyone has a phone. That doesn't count. That almost doesn't count. So another thing, rather than everyone having a phone already, is my watch. Now, my watch does everything that my phone, well, not everything, but it does my notifications, my calls, my GPS, my emails, and I can respond through it. And I could ask it questions like I can talk to my, hey, what's the weather today?
In today, it'll be cloudy with a forecasted high of 72 and a low of 52. Currently, it's 65 and cloudy.
So that when I'm at home, it's gonna go to that speaker. But if I leave my house, my phone will hear me, or my watch, and I can ask it all the questions. I keep my phone in my pockets way more than anyone would probably, because I see it all on here. I got messages here that I saw, and I can reply through them. It tells me my steps, the time, everything, all on the wrist of my hand without having to fumble through my phone or worry about it. I can leave my phone in my pocket. So my backpack, I was trying to say. But the thing is, this is the best piece of tech that I've loved and will never be without. I need it. I feel good with it. I think it adds a cool look to me as well. And it's just so beneficial for me to have this watch.
And do you have a review of that specific watch that you're talking about?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and link that in one of the upper corners in the YouTube video. And it sounds like it's not just been a cool piece of tech, but it's also improved your life and helped you unplug a little bit, because you constantly hear about people having smartphone addictions and constantly looking at their screen. Sounds like this allows you to not be a part of that problem. So I think that's really cool and something a lot of people could probably learn from. So you're leading by a good example. And the last question I got, since I am mainly a microphone and audio channel, can you go ahead and give us a quick audio rig rundown about what microphone you're using, if you do anything in post-processing for your audio, and why you chose that gear?
Well, I'm not a Bandrew Scott, let me tell you. I don't have all these microphones to test. If I could find the best one, which you've always said there is no best one because it's so depends on where you at, who you are, what type of quality you're putting out. But this blue microphone, I got it. It's a Blue Yeti. I got this because all the what was it called? The phase or the hype behind it was like, oh, you're getting a $150 microphone that sounds so good. And I was like, well, really cool. It looks like a professional microphone. I got this like 4-5 years ago, maybe. And it's been good enough, but I really don't use this other than gaming. I never was really using this to make my videos. What I use with my videos is Rode mics. And I have I don't know if you can actually see it in frame.
Yeah, we got that in frame.
Okay, so I do a top-down camera, and this is the Rode Video Micro mic, and that's all my audio that my videos come with. All the recent videos for the last 2.5 years are from this microphone itself. I don't do any post-processing. I don't record from my computer from a microphone. I use all of it internally from the SD card right to the video.
And that microphone, that's like $50, right?
Is it $50? It's either $100 or $50, something like that.
So just the fact that you're using a Rhodes entry-level shotgun microphone and you get such good audio quality is a testament to the fact that there's no reason why your audio can't sound good. So to anybody complaining, I can't make my audio sound good, here's a perfect example. 200,000 subscribers using a $50 or $100 microphone plugged directly into his camera and killing it. So you have no excuses for your audio to sound bad, guys.
Mm-hmm. It works. Position matters too, but a $50 microphone, you can do it. Seriously, I really think it sounds good, where I don't even want to even look or have to look for another microphone. I'm satisfied. I've never had complaints about my microphone. I've had YouTube come to me and said, your audio sounds good. Your lighting looks good. Your video quality is good. I've been recording in 60 frames per second for the last almost 4 years. people are just now starting to get into it. I'm like, it doesn't. Some people can't even see it or even care about it. But I like recording in 60 frames per second. I think it looks way better, and it doesn't really make. I don't like recording 4K, although it records in 4K, but it doesn't do 60 frames 4K. But I also don't want to have a bigger file and a longer edit, and I don't need it. 1080p looks fine. It's a $500 camera I'm using.
What camera is that?
It's the Panasonic Lumix G7. I have two of them. I said 4. I don't know why.
Well, I think that's actually going to bring us to the end of this episode. So, Al, let's go ahead and jump to plugs. What do you got coming up? Where can people find you? Is there anything you want people to know? Go ahead and let everybody know.
Well, if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at the Cool. Everything basically is at the CooLoser. If I'm going to be gaming on PC, on Xbox, PS4, you can find me at the CooLoser. Like I said, I took everything I could in all social networks and gaming networks to be in one name. So if you ever want to look for something, is he on Discord? At the CooLoser? Yeah, he's on there. So you'll find me in that way. So anything you want to look for, just go to the CooLoser, and then you can ask me, is this really it? Because there might be someone that has something that wasn't me. So you can ask me a personal question or something like that. But what's upcoming is I want to do a little bit more of me onto this channel. I want to collaborate with Bandrew more. I want to do more interaction with you guys. And obviously I don't put my face in my videos a lot because I never cared about fame. I don't care about recognition. I just cared about showcasing the product and getting you information the best way as possible. So a lot of people like seeing people's faces because it shows trust in products, I guess I've heard, but I never felt that I needed to do it. And I never felt like someone says you have to put your face in. And frankly, I'm not that comfortable being face to face. So this is a lot of, I'm not used to doing that. And I want to get out of that shell and do a little bit more. So that might change this year for sure.
All right. Well, Al, thank you so much for coming by. Like I said, everybody, if you are just interested in general tech, go check out the CooLoser. I'll link it in the lower third, in the description, in the upper corners, everywhere that you can possibly put it. I'll link to his channel so you can go check that out. Al, again, thank you very much, and we'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And that is the end of this episode. Man. Like I said, there's a lot of useful information in that one, and I hope you took notes. I hope you took notes if you're a new YouTuber. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it, what you didn't like about it, what you think could be improved, and who you want to see on this thing. I got a few more already recorded that will be coming out over the next couple of months, but I want to know who you want to hear from. So until next time, I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.